I can actually see any questions. So Alan has actually put something in the group of one of my builds that isn't working correctly, right? Which is great. I love this sort of thing. So what I want to do is I want to go through and actually show you a better way of building it. Now, the first way that I did show you, I could have made it better. To be honest, I led you down a little bit of a path where I was trying to show the user inputs, and I shouldn't have really done that. There was better ways of building it. There was more ways I could have done it that would have given better results. So let's have a quick look. So remember, we were talking about the eats page. Oh, don't say the internet's playing up. We were talking about the eats page before. And what we're saying about the eats page is we want to collect information, because what we want to do within our Facebook page is go in there and get an absolute stack of information from the people who are actually wanting to subscribe. So what I was saying was all about washing needs while I'm waiting for this to upload, which I don't understand why it's not. That's a bit strange and very, very worrying. Oh, that dashboard. I love it when things just don't work in the slightest. Right, so what I was explaining was, just while we're waiting for ChatMO, which just seems to be not working at all. Let's just check that we're not down, which would be really embarrassing. Ammo.net. Is it my internet or what? Right. Safari cannot connect the server. Oh, well, that's just great. So we now have a huge problem. Right. So let's have a look. Chat. I've been messing about with the back end of this today, so I'm hoping I haven't done nothing silly to my own thing. So there's a typo. Yes, there is a typo. Chatamo.net, come on, right? Let's sign in. Right, so what I was saying before was we want to get a page set up. This was the example I was using. So we want to get a page set up, and what we want to do is we want to attract all the local restaurants in our area to come to page. Now, it's a way of getting clients to you can then go out and pitch yet another business to them. So one thing is it's going to get you clients. Another really important matter is it's going to build not only a client base, but it's going to build their client base as well. So we can find out various things from people who come into this page about them and about what sort of food they actually like. All right. Don't do it on Insta. I mentioned about doing it on a web page as well. And I mentioned doing it quite a few different ways. It's basically a really, really good way to get yourself an audience. So we're going to go on to, I don't actually think I'm connected here. I'm going to go on to anything at all. I've got a speech on. Have I even got one? Create new photo. Right. Now then, before I did put in a load of questions, which was wrong of me. I should have done it. I actually done it to show off the amount of questions that you could basically get in there. However, Facebook does not particularly like a load of questions and tends to get a little bit offended. So we'll do it a different way. Now, firstly, we have trigger words, right? So we can put the trigger words in here. We're only going to make this nice and quick. So hi, hello, anything at all. These reads matter because these will be coming directly through the get message. And alternatively, we will be adding various other things, but we can add various other things. So we'll do action buttons. We're going to do this action button as just to get started, right? So let's just double click and get start template and cool. And this is going to be restaurant eats page flow. Right. Now then, I will also go into making a sequence as well, because sequence is always going to sell. One problem I see a lot of people doing, slightly going off on a tangent here. One problem I do see a lot of people doing is they're starting off and they're only getting in contact with all the businesses one time, right? Now, if you're going to get businesses one time, it's not going to work, right? You really need the follow-ups. So follow-ups are your sequences, are your emails, these sort of things. Never set up a chatbot where you've only got one point of contact. If you only got one point of contact, you're only going to make around about 10% of the sales you could possibly make. Right, so we're going to go into here. So I would ideally build out a sequence as well, right? I'm not going to right now because obviously we don't do that quite yet. Now, because they're coming through our page, we can use their name. So, hi, first name. Thanks for joining us. Now, I'll tell you what, let's do a little bit different. Let's do this so that it's going to be on a page and we're actually going to get a lot more from this page. Are you a restaurant owner or a restaurant lover? Right. Not going to bother putting type display in there because we don't need to. Remember, because this is going to be the first message, it's going to pop straight away. I'm going to have a button, which is button's going to say diner or lover. Can be new post back. Okay. I will have another one which would say owner. Owner. I'm pretty sure you can guess what we're going to do with the owner. So, owner. So right now we've now got two choices. So let's go with love first. So restaurant lover. And we're going to okay that. Now we're going to go. Hey, that's awesome. We have so many deals coming through that we would love to share them with you. Right. That's awesome. Some deals coming through. So we've got a little restaurant lover there, right? So we're going to now go into the restaurant lover and we can now start asking questions. So firstly, do we want to get their email address? Are we going to be sending them out deals via email? If we are, remember, link up your email address first so that it's actually part of this flow before we even start. So let's have a look. We're going to ask them what their email address is. So input user flow, and we want a new campaign. As you can see, I've done quite a few various different user flows. And we're going to campaign name. We're going to put restaurant lover email. Right, done on that one. So question we're going to ask is, what's your email address? Can we grab your best email to send your offers to? Right, so can we send your best email? What we send the offers to? All really cool. Let's attach a copy. So we've got the email self-populating. We want to save that to the email field. We can add new label. So get email. We don't really need a one here because we're going to put one at the end of it, but we'll just put it in there. Sign a messenger sequence. So this was obviously where you will put the sequence in and put a skip button. Well, it's pointless putting a skip button on the email. If they don't give us their email, I don't want to give them their freebies. All right. So they've got a simple choice. Now, from there, what I had done was I then started asking further questions. We're not going to do that, right? Because I led us a little bit down the wrong path with doing that. I shouldn't have done it, and it's completely my fault. So, hi, Jeff. Right, so let's have a look. So what we're going to do next is we're actually going to ask them what sort of food's their best food, right? So first, got email. We're not going to select a sequence. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to now ask them what the best food is. We're going to say, yep, thanks very much for telling us. Right. Thank you for trusting us with your email. Let's find some deals for you. Now, as an extra on this, if you check the face in the group yesterday, I actually put up, well, actually in the membership side, I put up a couple of emails that are killer for restaurants, right? Now, these are the emails that should be sent out first if you get a restaurant client. These are going to improve your restaurant's salability. They are great, written by Dan Kennedy, and they don't get no better than Dan Kennedy. Now then, we can do this a couple of ways. So one of the ways would be we could just add quick replies. Now, quick replies, we could then put quick reply, we could have English. So that would be English food. Not if I'm spelling it. English, we could have another one. We could have Chinese. Bum, ba, bum. So let's just do new post back. Chinese. Right. So we could do it that way. We could do a lot of different quick choices. Now, there's a plus side and downside to this. Plus side is every one of the quick choices, once they make a quick choice decision, all the rest of them disappear. So we're going to have up to 9 quick replies. So I've got something in my eye. 9 quick replies, but as soon as they pick one, all the rest of them's gone. So they can only pick one. They can't come back, can't do anything like that. Another alternative, what we could do, let's just quickly delete these, is we could make it a bit sexier. So we could put in a carousel. Now, carousel, we'll just do that the next. And we'll put a timer on this one. I like to have a timer coming on a carousel. It looks as though we've actually thought about it a little bit. Carousel item. So this one would be Indian, we'll say. So image, Indian, title, I love Indian food. And what we'll do is we'll put a little picture in here and we'll take down the Indian. So we'll have Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Italian, sushi. I think we can get about 9 choices in here as well. So we can really start targeting down. Right now, after we've done that, so imagine that's there. Okay, just use your imagination on this a little bit. So that's there right now, and we have the Indian thing. Now, next, what we're going to do is we're going to say after the Indian thing, which will just be a next. So it's going to be after carousels. Oh, not carousel. That's me talking about carousels at the same time. So next, and we'll have a text message. I'm going to say, awesome. Awesome. How would you like to be entered in a draw for $50 voucher to your favorite restaurant? Right, so we'll okay that one. Buttons, hell yeah. So hell yeah, you can see I use hell yeah quite a lot. I'm going to do that so new post back. So okay that one. Actually, we're not going to do that new post back. Let's do it different. Right, so hell yeah we've got, and then we'll have no thank you. Right now, no thank you. There's nobody actually going to say no thank you, as it would be completely pointless. Of course, they're going to want to be entered. And then later on, we're going to lead them down and we're going to actually say, right, okay, do you want a second chance to enter? Share this page with your followers. All right. No thanks. All right. Hopefully you can spell a lot better than I can. Now, that one is going to be a new post back because it's a no thanks. So we want some sort of response. So, not going to. Right. So we've got the hell yeah. Now, what we'll do here, this is where we can actually start getting the restaurant details. So what we're going to do is we're going to do web form builder. Now this web form, sorry, I'm unpacking the smoke, so I've got this very strange electric thing. So we're going to create a new form. Form num is going to be favorite restaurant, and form title, just going to have the same favorite restaurant. Right, select a page, so whatever page we actually had on there, I can't remember which one it was, so we'll just say it's that one at the moment. And also select a reply template. So as soon as they put this in, then what we can have is a reply template. This should have the name on. Yep, so we have built it in Newcastle, we love you. So once we save this, with this flow here that we've already got built, we're going to have a post back here, all right? So we haven't got to wait too much. So header. Let's put in nominate. Restaurant. Okay, so close that. Text field. Why are my things moving? Text field. I'm going to have what is your favorite restaurant that you would like a $50 coupon for. Yeah. Right. So we can have then help test, we can have placeholder, we can have all that sort of thing. We're not going to put a maximum length, and we're going to save it as a text field. Right. So what's your favorite restaurant that you would like your coupon for? Now we can also go further into here. We can ask them what their favorite dish is. And do various different things like this, like what mainly when do you eat? Do you eat dinner times, lunch times? Do you deal by yourself? Do you deal with family? And all this sort of things. These are all the questions that I was asking before. We can put them all in this form. And then you must add a button to the bottom of the form. Right. Now this button is going to be a submit button. You must have this button on here, otherwise nothing will happen. Right. So we'll save that. Success. Your form's been created successfully. Now that then means we can then go and we can get the form, right? So we can just so view form, and it's going to give us a URL for that particular form, right? So we can join that URL into our chatbot, right? So this one here is going to go to a web URL, and we've now got the form. So now we've got a form added to our web URL, and we can also then save another new post back. So we'll take post back somewhere else because that's them already entered now, so we're not too bothered. So do new post back, and the trigger. Let's have a look. So from form, and we need a next. Well, this might actually work. And we're going to go next. Actually, I don't need that bit. All right, cancel. So we've now got all the various different forms, right? So hopefully we've got some components aren't joined up, which is back here. So we will keep you right. The chatbot will keep you right all the way through. So that one there is going to be the new post back, which would join up to our form, which we still have right here. All right, right there. So we're going to edit the form, and we're going to put the new post back that will just say created into that form. So next one we've got is the owner. So remember, we're going to ask the people about their dining habits, all on the form. We're going to ask them about where they would like to dine at, what they would like to do, when, who do they dine with, how many the party normally is, what's the birthday, and various things like this. Now, the birthday, again, we can do a quick response. Now, the owners. So we'll put this owner, and we want the owner to start looking at our prospect. All right. So looking at advertising on our page. We're not gonna ask them for advertising straight away because at the minute we haven't got no gravity in the page. So hey, we love to promote songs. Can we ask what kind of restaurant you want? Right, again, we can then go straight into quick replies. I would use quick replies on this one because we don't want a restaurant owner making multiple choices. We don't want them choosing Indian, Japanese, Chinese, Pekingese, and all the rest of it because otherwise we're just going to have kiosks on. So we want one particular type of restaurant for him to choose. So we just do the quick replies, like I was saying before, where they all disappear straight afterwards. So we'll have quick reply type, new post, and we'll have American. All right. And we'll just put on the new post back. Awesome. You have an American restaurant. Right. Now, then we could say, would you like to send us over your menu so we can start featuring it? And would you also like to tag us in your posts? If you tag us in your posts, what we can do is we can start helping you promote it more as we're building up this page really quite rapidly. We also have a couple of competitions going where we will pay $50 for the first few people. So if your restaurant's nominated, we will pay $50. Now, this means that the restaurant's then going to start promoting your page as well, right? So the restaurant's then going to start going, listen, go to Washington Eats or go to whatever it is that you have eats. And that's going to build your page faster for you because obviously they've got followers as well. Now, once you're actually doing that, what you'll then be able to see is you'll be able to see your page growing really quickly because you're offering this $50 per month, which is just instead of spending money on ads, you're just going to spend it to go viral. So remember, what I was saying before was these people here who's entered, we're going to give them a second chance. So we're going to say, right, okay, you've entered here. Here's a second chance of winning right now. So you would build out these two particular floors if you want to do it that way, right? Now remember, there's loads of different ways you can do it. What I did say before, which I shouldn't have said, was this part right here, right? So I was asking loads of different questions. Now let's just look. Instead of that, we still want the same questions answered, but I'm going to show you a different way of doing it. All right. So this is if we're not going to use the web form, we're just going to build straight directly to it. With everything within Chat Ammo, you can do several different ways. Right. So we've got the email. So next, text. So we've already said that we'd have a flow going, a carousel, which would ask them what the favorite type of food is. That will come right about here. You can put anywhere you want. This is only free form. Everything that I'm doing, take what I'm showing you and use that to build out your own chatbot that's exactly right for you, because it's going to change no matter who you're building it for, and it'll change by your personality as well. My personality, I quite like to kind of go. You probably noticed, I kind of go off on a tangent. And what I found that converts well for me is having a bit of a jokey one. So I'll tend to throw in a few gifts in there and all the rest of it. I know with my tattoo shop, I had Terminator in there for quite a while, saying we know you'll be back and all this sort of business. But right, so what we're going to do is we've already got the floor there. I'm going to say, when you eat out, who is it normally with? So when you eat out, who's it normally with? Now we can just use buttons for this because we've only got 3 choices on it, so it's cool. And they can even make multiple choices if they want to. So family and friends. There's going to be a new post back. So okay, that one. Next one would be work colleagues. Work. New post back, done. And then we can do on this new post back, family, friends. We're going to put this select sequence as in, choose label as in family and friends. Right, so this is how we would store the information. So we can just basically go down here and store everything as we're on going down. So this is going to build what they like to eat, what time they like to eat, because the next question would be, what time do you like to eat? What time do you normally dine? Right, so okay, that one. And then put buttons. So we can put lunch, post back, done. We can then have breakfast. Perhaps they might come for breakfast. You never know. But we'll just put dinner because there's not that many places that do breakfast. New post back, done. So we can get them through this set of questions really quickly, just by basically asking them as they keep on going, and then tagging them all the way along. So there's going to be lunch, boom, and lunch, done. And then remember, we can also select a sequence as well. So what that means we're going to have loads of tags for various different people. Now that also means if a restaurant now has a special on, and we've got these people tagged as they like Mexican food, they eat on a lunchtime, they normally dine with family, and we know their birthday, right? All of these various different parts, we can now go in there and go, right, okay, got a promotion on, this restaurant down the road's doing Mexican food. They're running a lunchtime promotion, and we can now pinpoint everybody. We'll only send them to the people with these certain labels. So we can then send out the email via SMTP. We can send out a notification with an account update, because we're not trying to sell them anything. Remember, if you do an account update after 24 hours, then always ask them the question first. Otherwise, you are going to get your account banned. Right. So that would be basically how I'll build it out, as opposed to what I was doing before, which was loads of different questions. Because the loads of different questions is going to start messing you about with the tokens on Facebook. Now, if you ever do get the problems like I've just had. Firstly, there's a couple of different things that you can do, right? So this is the troubleshooting part. So first off, you can go more tools and you can go developer tools, right? Now, what I like to do is I like to sign out and sign back in, go into these developer tools, and then click this one right here and empty cache and hard reload. Right, this is in case anything at all got pursed in amongst the software and it's playing up. Now, the second thing to do, if you've ever got a slight problem, go into Facebook and Instagram and just click on log into Facebook. And what this will actually do, it will renew your tokens within Facebook. So when we had that big flow going with all the various different questions, what would have been happening is Facebook tokens would have been getting messed up because it's getting loads of things that it's sending both directions. So it's not just sending them this one direction and saying, right, this is the information this bloke's typed back. Instead, we're getting information after information after information. And we're keeping a tag on all of it. And so when we're doing that much with them writing in and we're tagging them all the way through, that's when Facebook starts thinking, well, hang on a minute, this is an awful lot for us to cope with, and it'll freeze, right? Unless your internet connection's awesome and all the stars are aligned and all your ducks in a row and all that sort of business. So hopefully this has helped, because there's many different ways that you can do it. It's all about basically finding a way that works best for yourself. So if you find a way that you love, and this is the way to do it. Now, if you do have the people who's coming in and advertising their restaurants and customers and whatnot with you, what you want to do is you want to give them as much exposure as possible. So don't just post directly to your page. Go into the social stuff, so the social posting, and post to all of them, right? So go into social poster, click on create new post, and post it Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Reddit, WordPress, Medium, all of these. And what's then going to happen is people are going to start coming from all over the place, and they're going to start following your particular area. Now in LinkedIn, start adding friends from your particular area. And this means you've got more and more power to give the restaurants. So when you go out, what I suggested before was go out and actually interview the restaurant owners, right? So go out there with a video camera and interview them. Just say, listen, we're doing a special. You're welcome, Bound. Hope it's helped a little bit. I would go out and I would actually see the restaurant owners and I would say, listen, we're doing an interview with various different restaurant owners. We want to find out what makes your restaurants special. And we're going to be featured on a page for the local area, which we would love to feature your restaurant. We've heard great things about your food. So people start recommending it. And we're starting building a bit of a following. We know that the customers would love to hear and love to see your backstory. We'd love to see you cooking and showing you what the menu is, going through the menu, and this sort of thing. That means that what's going to then happen is these people aren't going to see you as a salesman. They're going to see you as somebody who they love. They love meeting and whatnot. Sorry, here's my girlfriend just come with a nice cup of coffee. So they love meeting you. 2 seconds, I'll get the door. Oh. So they're going to love meeting you and they're going to enjoy actually seeing you whenever you arrive there, which means they're not going to think you're just there for sales, which is the worst thing they possibly think. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully, we've explained this a little bit better than what I did the first time round. And that's it for today. All right. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks for watching. Now,